everyone, this is Paula here today to show you the February design team traveler's notebook. This is designed by Lynette with CheaplyChic. You can find her on Etsy there. I'll link her below. I'll also link her YouTube channel. Go show her some love and purchase one of her traveler's notebooks, or you can subscribe to her channel. And just so you know, her traveler's notebooks are not a monthly requirement. In other words, if you purchase one, that's the only one you have to purchase. But I bet you'll want to purchase more because they're all so sweet. All right, so let's get started on the February 2021 Traveler's Notebook for Valentine's Day. So I've come up with a few designs, and I've got stuff all over my desk. And so my next few videos will be of the design team project for February for CheaplyChic. So the first thing I want to do is show you the book. Of course, I added the pom-poms out of my stash. I always like to do that. And these are kind of a fuchsia. This has red and pink hearts on the cover. And this cute little image of a little girl playing with hearts. And the seal, heart seal. Okay, now, all the sheets are plain. There's one red bag in there, a red chevron, I believe. But I do use quite a few bags in this book. So, we're first going to get started on, let me move all this out so it can all fit nicely. This is the inside cover and the inside back cover right here. And we're going to work on page 1 and 2. What can I say? That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so on the inside cover, I generally like to put my library tag because that's where you usually see one, right? So, this is going to be a fun, colorful book, red and pink, mostly, but not the only color. And some yellow. So I'm taking the backing off the library pocket, but I'm still going to add some extra glue because I want it to stick forever. What can I say? Okay. All right, there we go. Now we're going to put it right here in the center on the lower portion of this inside cover. Now stick it down really nicely. Now, I have this cake cup liner that I've straightened out and inked a little bit that came in the kit, and so did the library pocket. And I'm going to put it here in the center of the pocket. Now, I don't know how beautiful this will look when it's all said and done as far as sticking down, because it is kind of shaped in an odd way. But we're going to do it anyway. And let's see. I'm going to bring it. Make sure it's not got too much glue here at the top. I'm going to bring it and do it from the middle out. See, just like this. Now, I may have to split it a little bit to get it to lie down. And maybe not. Let me get a wipey here because I want to make sure it doesn't close my, I want to make sure it doesn't close my top here. So I got to make sure there's no glue on this top portion. And I don't think there is. But I just want to make sure. Okay, so that went down pretty well, I must say myself. I'm going to put some more glue here on the inside so it doesn't bend it when the book closes. And I wasn't sure how far out to go with it, so I was being very careful. And so there we go. All right, now, trying to get pretty high up here. I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Let me make sure. Yeah, you can. All right, so I thought this red was just cool. And so here is the library pocket here, or the library card right here. And I think I'm going to try putting some, there's a little bit of pink in this. And I have these pink washi that I have in my stash. That I don't have it in red. I only have it in pink. So I'm going to put it on here. And see if that'll give it a little bit of something, something. There we go. Now, I may put 2 rows. It just depends on how well it turns out. There we go. So there's 1 row. Got a little bit more glue down here, so let's go ahead and add 2 rows here. This is such a fuchsia that it really looks almost red. And our tag that we're using has red on it, so I figure that's good enough, right? Okay. So I'm going to kind of make sure it's all stuck down before I pull it up and trim it. And I like to add washi to the top of the library pockets when I can. I just like the way it looks. We all know what it is, so we don't have to have, you know, the author's name and all that jazz, right? Okay, so we also have this additional journaling card I'm going to put right in the front. So it's going to go just like this. And I'm trying to decide. I'm going to pull it up pretty high. And I also want to put a little bit more glue here on the side. So that part stays down pretty good. And right here. So yeah, there we go. We're set. As far as that goes, we are set. Let's see. Why is that? Felt some glue come out of there, so I got to make sure it's not stuck to anything important, like our cards underneath. Yep, that's what it was, so I'm glad I pulled that out. What can I say? Let's get that off of there. Get it off of our library and journaling card. If you rub it when it's just barely been on there, you can, I mean, you've got time if you do it, you know, pretty quickly. Okay, so let's push those back in there. I like the way that looks. Need to center it right here. What can I say? There we go. Yeah, I like the way that looks with the background too. So over here, we're going to attach this red heart sack. And how we're going to do it is we're going to add glue right here inside this little flap that I put over on the other side. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to take it like this and take it down as far as you can toward the bottom so it fits nice there. And you're just going to attach it to the other side of the page, just like this. Now, I did have plans to put something on this other page, but I may change my mind, and I'll tell you why. Because it won't match this red right here. So, we're going to move it somewhere else. Yeah, let's see about let me see here. Did I get everything? Let's finish this first. I get distracted. Okay, so we have our heart bag, and you can flip it over and put any kind of journaling you want over here. Now, what I'm doing right now is cleaning off any seepage from the glue. If you don't clean that off, you will have your bag stick to your paper. Hope you guys are having a great February day. I'm going to see about putting some kind of comment or our prompt word in this journaling space. Let's just see. This one may have all the Valentine type words gone. And if it does, I have another book. Here's one that says heart. That always works, right? Heart and love. Let's go with those. I can get it out of here without getting stuff everywhere. You know how that goes, right? Okay, let me move these. You should see my room. Guys, it is a disaster. A disaster. There's not a nice way to say it. I kind of left it when I had to leave home and go to Tulsa, but I have not had a chance to pick it all up yet. So we're going to put this right here. We're going to put heart. Let's make sure it's straight. Yeah. And love. Let's see, where do we want to put the love? Let's put the love over here. Because, you know, you can put prompts anywhere. And I'm going to take my red pen. I don't know if it's the right red. We'll fixin' to find out. And just kind of outline the prompt so it pops off the page. And over here, there we go. That just kind of brings it up, makes it come forward a little bit. Now, if we don't have our, My little sack is wanting to come apart there, so let's fix that real quick. This is the tag we're going to use. It just works, doesn't it? Or we can use this side. It's kind of hard to decide. I kind of like it like this because it matches this background. Now let me get the fibers for this. What did I do with them? Before you know it, you've got stuff going everywhere. And I've got to find my fibers. Hold on. They're here. There they are. Now, on the front of this, we can put a heart, which I think that would look good. And I didn't bring any of my, little fibers like Sorry Silk or any of that over here. So we're just going to pop this right on. I'm not popping it up because it takes space, but I am gluing it down and putting it right here. Since we decided to use that tag, that side of the tag, I think it's nice to add a little extra floral on here. Let's make sure that's centered. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. It really does pay to have the book up when you're placing it down. All right, so we want to put some red fibers, I think, up here, and maybe some pink. Maybe we can do a combination. I'm just going to pull those out of there because I want to be able to get to them. I really like this big fluffy. Ooh, yes, I like this. We're putting some of this in for sure. We'll do it first. We want to save some, so don't overdo it, right? And I always just like to tie mine in with, instead of like stapling them or whatever. I usually, in my journal, I do that. Okay, now let's get you to see my brand new fabric scissors my sister got me. She's awesome. And I love them. And they cut like butter. My other ones were not working as good as they could have. Okay, so page number 1 right here, which I think turned out really cute. I was surprised this laid as flat as it did, but no complaints from me. Now, up here, it seems kind of bare a little bit, doesn't it? I'm just thinking, what can I put there that might look nice? I've got some packages of hearts. This is a package of hearts, and I don't know if I want to put that there. I think I'm going to leave it. Okay, now let's go on to the one I was just talking about with the yellow page. Now I am going to look for the other side of the yellow page. I'm not sure. Here it is. So it'll probably be right in here is where I will end up putting that. So, okay, so on this page, I got to find my page. Okay, here it is. Over here, I'm going to put this little yellow, whoops, got some hearts going here too, don't we? Let's take everything out of this bag. Now, I stitched this bag, and I'm using it because of the yellow. It came out of my stash, and I decided to put it on here since we had some yellow going on. Now, all I'm going to do, I stitched around it and made it smaller, just so you know how I did that. I did all the stitching prior to the video because it just slows down the process, you know. And I know February is going to be over before we know it. So you want to put plenty of glue on there. And I'm going to put it here on this page. I'm kind of pulling it to the outside instead of to the inside, so it doesn't get the make the journal any more bulky than necessary. I did not leave the back open, as you just saw, because I'm only going to put the one tag in the back, because I'm going to have a lot of room to journal. Now, I thought I'd add some pink trim, and I can't remember which one was the one that goes on here. It's not that one, it must be this one. So what I want to do is make sure, I probably should have glued it on before I want to make sure this is nice and straight and goes side to side. And yeah, let's see if that will fit without any problem. I don't want it, it's still a little long, isn't it? So let's trim a little bit more off. It's better less than more. That way you know it's going to end up fitting. Okay, a little bit more off this side. Just kind of snipping a little bit at a time. I just don't want to take a chance that it, oops, I'm getting glue all over me. Let me move that and get that mess out of there. Can't see what we're doing when we have all that there, right? Okay, now I want to make sure that my glue is straight when I put it on here, so I'm going to kind of turn it so I can see. Yeah, so I just want to make sure we get these sides too. Got to make sure what's front, what's back. This is the front. Okay. Whoa. There we go, right there. I remember the first time I did one of these books, I was like a lot of people, was like, oh, where do I start with all this goodness that I get? all the new stuff, you know, that comes in the kit. And I'm going to clean up this little bit of stuff. It's going to drive me crazy if I don't. Are you guys that way, having extra stuff on your desk? Okay. All right, now, we've got this inside here, which I didn't count on this little inside. I could either cut it off or decide, or fold it back. How about we fold it back? See, there's always a way. We'll find something to put over here. Okay, now, so inside here, I stitched around some of this paper that came in the kit, and I had a choice of red or this blue, and I just like the blue with this bag, and I kind of punched the corners with just a little decorative thing and straight stitched. Now on this as well, I would like to put a piece of ribbon or trim. Boy, did I get it lots bigger than I needed to, right? So let's put it on there and then trim it, right? And we can put the trim across there. Now, this is the way it goes on here. Let's make sure it's nice and straight. And it is nice and straight. Let's see. What did I do with my other scissors? Do you ever just... I don't want to get glue on my new scissors, so let's try my new Tim Holtz scissors. Yes, my sister got me these as well, and yes, I love them. I have ordered 3 pair. I'm so weak in my hands that an ordinary person could do fine. But now I have this extra pair of scissors that's black that I'm not strong enough for. But if you are got healthy hands or whatever, you would be strong enough. There we go. There we go. Let's see. I just didn't want to get any glue on my other scissors. Okay. I like the way that's turning out. Okay, so here on this side, this is a old, let's see if there's a date on it. An O-score page or little folder that they used to they're called tally cards, and they used to tally up their scores when they played bridge or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this a tuck, but I'm only gluing down the back portion, okay? And I didn't have to ink this. It's already got plenty of original inking on it from being old. And this way, when I journal, I can open up. I can open up this and write inside also once it dries. Okay. Now, we've got this little blue card which matches the blue, and it says "Be Mine." And it'll fit in here nice and easy. So I thought about putting some hearts there, but I think I'm also going to put the same trim on it. Yeah, trim on a journaling card. What can I say? We do what we do. I just think it'll look good with the pom-poms over here also. I think that will turn out nicely. Now we're going to put that on there. Let's put it down. Let me push it up where you can see. Just going to do that with one group of arrows right there. I'm not going to fill this super full because I have plans for this little book. It won't be for me. It's going to be for someone special, though. I just thought it would be a... There we go. Now let's trim that off. Yeah. Nice. And this, once this is dry, I'm not going to shove it down in there. It will be right here. And I like the way that looks, but I feel like the top portion is kind of bare up here. So let's think for a minute what we can do. We could put a strip of hearts, or I'm thinking we've got a pink heart, which I don't think goes with it. We've got a I love you. Maybe not that. And then we've got this red heart. And you could pop out this little portion and do whatever you want behind there. I'm thinking I have a couple little tiny hearts too. I mean, they could go on here somewhere. Or let's save that. And I have a circle, that's it for my stash, that says love. Let's see. What do you think about that? And it actually has yellow in it. I say go for it. I'm going to ink it first. It just seems just seemed like it was pretty bare up there. Okay. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to do that. It has a lot more light pink on it than I like, but I'm looking here to see what all's in my little, you know, I also have some blue flowers, you know, which could, you know, we could do a cluster of those or something. That pearl is off center big time. They don't ever seem to get the pearls on here in the right spots. We've got that, and then we've got some other flowers that came in the kit. Let's see what these look like. And they're There's some pink ones. Don't like the pink one there. How about a red one? How about that? I like that, so that's what we're going to go with. And I am going to change this little pearl and put it in in the right spot on the flower. What can I say? Gotta have it in the right spot. I just think this will add a little something, and they'll still have room to they'll have room to put their journaling, some extra journaling on the paper as well right here, if they should want to. There we go. And now we'll put the little red one down. Now we'll add a little tiny bit of glue for the center. And we'll put that back on. And hopefully it will go back in the center or close. Okay, well, that's the second layout. Now for the third layout, I'm going to find it. I've got it laying over here. Okay, so this is 3 and 4. Now, let me hold that where you can see it. You can come in here. Oh, you know what I wanted to do right here is I want to put something right inside here that will cover up this whole, excuse me, got the hiccups. That's weird. I had them yesterday too. How about, that's not the right pink. Let me get the right pink. I'm not going to put a whole lot of glue on this because it will seep through. I'm just going to put it on the very bottom like that, and right up here, these little corners. Let's see, because it does have adhesive on it. There we go. And no glue on the back. Just kind of gives it a cute little, takes that out of there. Okay, so we're moving along here, and we're going to go over to the third page in the book, I think. I don't remember. It's actually not the third page, it's the third and fourth layout, which is, I'm going to put here in the center. But part of me is thinking, is that really where I want it? Let me think for a second. I think it is because I want it to have 2 solid pages that are alike with nothing in between. So let's see. yeah, they have a tendency to have stuff in between them that, you know, I'm going to change. Okay, so let's do right here. So I stitched this pink polka dotted bag, and I didn't really ink it, but I just put a bunch of ink on here, so that should be enough. There we go. Now, I want to make sure this is a piece of avocado dyed paper, and this is what you attach this portion, the short portion, to the book, and then you open it out to journal. But we need to have it on this side. You always got to watch which side to put it on, and it goes right here. But first I want to show you how to do this, because, you know, they're simple. You can make it out of any double-sided digital page or inked page. So what I did, let me think for a minute, I went by inches and I folded it in so that I knew it would fit here. Okay, so, you know, just whatever width you want to fit the page. Okay, so we've got this. Okay, and now we're going to fold this over and keep it even with the portion that's here on the end. And this will end up being the back, okay? Now, and you don't want to see it over the front. So you want to keep it, I did get over just a tiny bit, see there? You don't want to do that. It'll look nicer if you don't. So I'm going to just slightly bend it. Okay? Slightly bend it. There we go. And make that work. Now, as you notice, mine has got this folded down area. You just take it and fold it in. Now you can glue this down if you want, or stitch it down. In this situation, I stitched, but I'll tell you, they look nicer when you stitch. Now, when you stitch, you want to fold it like this. Pull this sheet out so you don't stitch over it. And so it'd be like this. And the first thing I do is I start here in the very middle, right here, and I back stitch so this doesn't tear open and come down. And you do want to even up your paper. It looks like let me fix this real quick. It looks like I didn't do a perfect job. Shame, shame. But see, my paper may not be perfectly straight either. You just never know. Okay. If it's uneven, you can trim before you start stitching. And I'm just going to trim a tiny bit right across the bottom. Make sure everything's even. Yeah, that's better. Well, not really. When you look at the front, you can see where I didn't quite get that straight. Doesn't take much to make it look wavy. I'm going to put it through my trimmer. You can always be sure it's straight when you put it through your trimmer. And I'm just barely going to cut any off because I like it to be as close to the height of the book or journal as I can. Okay, so here we go. So it fits right like that. Okay, now stitching it. You open this out just like this. Okay, and you can do zigzag or you can do straight stitch. Go straight down, around, up, over, down, and back. And then it's ready to go. So, just wanted to show you how to do that. Now, I used this kind of polka dotted design that the pan makes when you dry them. And, yeah. So, I'm going to put it on the right side. If you folded this from the other side, you can put it on the left side. It's just the opposite of what you did this time. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start gluing this. Got to pull up my sleeve. I'll have glue all over my PJs. Yes, I have my PJs on. What can I say? You want to get the corners pretty good so it holds it down. You don't have it turning up on you. And you just spread it out like that, you know, just, you don't have to have a whole lot, just, this is real thin on here. Just make sure you do your edges. Okay, then you want your pocket at the top. So you're going to go like this. And honestly, if you keep this closed, it might be easier. Keep it closed down. And just kind of line it up with the page toward the outside. You don't want it really far from the edge. That way it folds out without any problem. Now you got to make sure nothing's seeping. If it is seeping out, it will glue your page down. So just make sure. There you go. Now, you can put a prompt in this back portion, which is, I like to do. And you can put hearts, you can do whatever you want to do on this side. And I'm going to see what I have. Let's see. Journey's a good one. You can talk about the journey, you know, of your life together. If you're making it a love book. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here at the top. Get my red pen back out. And I'm going to go around that again. Okay. So that's ready to go. You can decorate this. It's up to you. Now on this other side, I sewed another bag to make it fit. And I thought since we had polka dots on that side, we'd do polka dots on this side. And that's what we are doing. Okay. Okay, let's get this here. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to put this down in the book toward the bottom as well. Kind of line it up with the other one if you can on the opposite side. So there we go. And I saw this journaling card and I just thought, this is perfect bring some of the lighter pink over here and the fuchsia here and a little bit of blue. And we're just going to put this down here. Now you could make this a pocket if you wanted to, or you can just do okay. All right, and I put it toward the top since we've got the bag all the way down. Now, if you wanted to, you could add another card or something over on this side, but I kind of decided I just wanted it to have this polka dot. Let me look at some of the Valentine stuff in here. And I know we had a sparkly heart. What do we think? That's kind of pretty right there. Let's put it down there. And I think it has sticky on the back. Maybe. Let's see. Yep, it does. I just got to get it off of there. That's easier said than done. And I am going to put a little dab of this glue because just never know. Okay, there's that. Now, this is the tag I made. This tag was from a, you know, I'll get it out in a minute. The thing you get when you go, the bulletin, when you go into church, on like, you know, on Sunday mornings, and you get a bulletin of the service. It was a blank one, so I folded it like it was still part of that still, and I sewed it together, glued it and sewed it together, made it thicker, and it's a beautiful floral. It looked like something that would be for Mother's Day or Valentine's, I guess. More like Mother's Day. And I'm just going to tie this one just like that into a little knot. And I doubled up to give it more thickness on here, and I'll trim the edges to match. And I think this one looks good here. Now, on the other one, I don't have a tag yet, but I'm trying to decide whether to use my other tag like this or to make another tag. And I think we'll make one. I've got some really pretty paper that I think will go really well with, as soon as I can get my hands on it. I use this in the Providence book that Lynette made. So, and I just thought this was a little darker and would go better. And I'm thinking a tag right here with these hearts. I'm looking to make sure there's nothing I want more, you know, because you never are 100% happy with your choice, right? So I'm going to use some of these others. I'm going to use that one for this. Actually, I'm going to use this one. They're both the same. But I like there's one part of those I like better. Okay, so I'm going to bring our cutter up here. We've got 5 minutes. So we're not probably going to get to finish this, but this was the last portion. And let's start off at 3 inches. Because we might be able to get a 3-inch tag in there. And let's see how tall. Maybe right there. Okay. So I'm going to use my corner rounder. I am not stitching on this one. I could if I wanted to, but I'm just going to poke a hole in the top. I'm going to ink it. There's plenty of journaling area on the back. I'm going to ink it, poke a hole, and put a couple more of the fibers on here. And we don't have time to do it now, but I'm going to show you what it ends up looking like. And I think it looks good. Okay, so that's the end of this video today. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of the Cheaply Chic design team project. I'll link Lynette's information below, and we'll be back in the next video to do 2 to 3 more layouts. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Wow, I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, click the link below, and also click the little bell, and it will notify you whenever I'm having a new video. Okay, guys. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.